guys every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. to do some fun painting tutorials. Um, I am a content creator for Dixie Belle Paint Company, and you can find me on all over social media at NTS Design Co. All of the products that I'll be using today, you can find on the Dixie Belle website. If you go to their website and you go up to the left-hand corner and you type in your zip code where it says find a retailer, you'll be able to find all of the products that I'm using at your local retailer and all of the amazing local retailers that are in your area. They often do a lot of classes. They're super knowledgeable and very helpful with all of your painting needs. And you'll be able to find some really cool stuff there in person. You get to kind of like walk around and touch things and pick it up and see things and ask all the questions. And they do a lot of really fun classes. A lot of the retailers do that. So you'll be able to sign up for like a girls' night for like super fun crafts and things like that. So definitely check that out. It's definitely something really important. To support your local retailers. So definitely do that. And if you don't have a local retailer, of course, you can shop on the website and they'll drop ship all of the products that I'll be using today or any of the other products that you may decide to buy right to your home. So we are working on this little bar cabinet. I know last week I wasn't here. I had a procedure done, so I wasn't able to work. Everything's fine. But we did this last week where we went over the door to this bar cabinet and we painted this in the beautiful coffee bean, and then we used the bleached cypress to make this a lot lighter than this color. So definitely a change, a huge change. So that's definitely a big upgrade, but we're going to continue on with this project. And today I'll be doing some staining and some painting, and then we will be doing some decoupaging. Probably not today, but we'll get to that later. Hi, Patty. Good morning. So this is the decoupage paper that we'll be using in the back of this piece of furniture. Again, this is for a very dear friend of mine, and he's a tattoo artist, so I thought that this would be super, he's my tattoo artist, that it would be super fun. We'll be applying the espresso no paint gel stain to areas that I don't feel like painting. So we're going to do that. All right. So we are going to be using espresso with our foam and dandy. And the paint that is on there already is coffee bean. And for a surprise pop of paint on the inside, because you know I love to do that, we'll be using amethyst, because this lovely purple is already on that piece of furniture. So here we are. This is what we're doing today. If you guys are just popping on, you can go back and watch last week what I did to get us to this point. And welcome. As you guys are saying, coming on, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. All of the fun things. And let's get to it. So I think I'm trying to decide what I want to do first. So the very back of this piece of furniture back here is going to be decoupaged. And then the bottom, we're going to be painting an amethyst, and then I'll be staining this. This is not real wood, and I have zero desire to sand it, prime it, and put 400 coats of paint on it. So we're going to stain it, because with no paint gel stain, you can stain right over a factory finish, and that is exactly what I'll be doing today. Along with this, I don't want to paint this. This is going to be a nightmare. I have zero desire to do that. So again, no paint gel stain to the rescue. And on the top of this is the Voodoo gel stain that we used. I have to come back here with one more coat of that, as well as finishing up the doors. But before I do that, we're going to, I have my door open today because it's beautiful. It's a bar cabinet. So let's go ahead, and I think I'm going to stain first. So let's go ahead and stain with espresso. I've already given this a good mix, but just to show you guys, this I've dropped. You can see a big dent in the side of it because I'm clumsy. All right, and espresso is exactly that color, beautiful espresso, which pairs with the coffee bean. You can stain over paint too, so if I felt like not painting this the rest of the way, I could go ahead and stain it if I wanted to, and I can show you in a small area how to do that. Sorry if you guys are hearing trucks drive by. I have my door open and it's beautiful outside, so we're going to be working with our door open today as long as I can before it gets 9 million degrees outside and I can't do that anymore. So when I'm staining, I like to keep a rag or 10 because it's messy and I'm messy and I don't want stain on my legs. So here we go. And we will be staining with the foam and damp. This is a 2-inch. It comes in a bunch of different sizes. You can see in the website with that. This one is my favorite one to use. I love this because I don't have to get my hands dirty when I'm staining with these guys. So we're gonna stain in here first. So let's see if you can see that. Let me move you a bit over. And the angle might be kind of wonky, but this is what we're just gonna do our best today, okay? So again, no paint gel no paint gel stain in espresso. And I'm gonna have it on there pretty thick. And then I'm just gonna come in and we're gonna paint it on just like paint. I'll bring you guys in way close and drop you down. Whee, come on, don't, there we go. And hopefully you guys will be able to see that better. So we're just gonna be painting this on, and it'll be kind of see-through, and that's fine because it's just our first coat. And with the stain, just like anything else, when it's going over a factory finish, it's going to be translucent. It's going to take a little while to dry. It's not like when you're doing it over a raw wood surface where it just absorbs right in and it dries rather quickly. It's not going to be like that. So as you can see, it's a little translucent and it's going to take a couple coats of this, which means that it's going to take a little longer than painting, which I'm fine with because I don't have to paint it. And I'm going all the way back. You can't see this. Sorry, guys. All right. Getting the back of this, making sure that I get all the areas. And again, it's in the inside, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. I just want it to be better than what it is, okay? Better than what it is, because what it is, I don't like. And I want to update it. Okay. So again, we're just spreading this out, this product that's on here, putting a nice thin coat, and then it'll dry, and then I'll put another thin coat over it. It'll be about 3 coats to have a real full finish. All right. And of course, my neighbor's cutting grass. You want to make sure that when you are using the no paint gel stain that you have a garage door open, a window open. You're doing this outside because it is oil-based and it does have an odor to it. But you probably want to make sure that you're not in a closed area for. You want to make sure you're in a well-ventilated area, but that's with any stain. Okay, you're not going to be able to see for a second because I got to come in here. And I might just leave it with 2 coats because I already am liking it a lot better than what it was. Okay, I'm going to take my rag and kind of just offload anywhere that I overlapped on the sides, just because I don't want that on there. So we'll be painting those areas. And then I'm just gonna even out any little streaks or brush strokes to say. Kind of really like that, actually. It's kind of pretty. Okay, so that's this side, right? This is the side that we did. Good morning, Michelle. How are you? And then that's the side that we did not do, okay? So you guys know me, you only get one side because content. Have to film. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and stain that. Just come on the inside just to make sure that it's all even and pretty. Let me do this side real quick. All right, now we are going to stain this in the espresso. So there's a lot of stain on this already, and I'm not trying to get full coverage. I'm trying to freshen this up. So it doesn't need to be, I feel like I need to bring you guys up just a little bit more now. There we go. All right, so this doesn't need to be like a full stain. I just want to refresh what's on here and kind of make it look shiny and pretty. And we're just going to go on the inside. Any chipped areas, this is just going to make it look really nice. And there is not a lot of product on here. But obviously still enough to, you can see. Okay, that's why I like these Foam and Dandies. They hold a lot of product and they make my life way easier when I'm doing these kinds of things. I could use the applicator pad, I could use a brush, I could use a chip brush, I could use a rag. My hands aren't getting dirty. I'm spreading the product out nice and evenly, very thinly spreading it. So that way there's no streaks and it'll dry beautifully. It's buildable. If you guys haven't tried the no pain gel stain over a factory finish, it is not as scary as you would think it would be. Okay. And I'm just dabbing in these little areas that have where this finish has come off, and it's staining it. It's making it pretty. Okay. Again, we're just dabbing on these edges where the finish is chipped off. Like right here. I just have to dab it and it's gone, just like that. Ta-da! Magic, right? And then just very lightly. Again, we're just freshening up. Not trying to change it. I just want it to be cleaner, nicer. Not so used and abused looking, right? And rather quickly, you can get something that looks pretty basic to really beautiful. Keep touching that. Where is that stain coming from? It's coming from the bottom because I keep touching something I shouldn't. Just making sure I get all of the edges in here where you're going to be able to see. And as you can tell, this doesn't take long. I am moving rather quickly. It will be a one coat finish. You can seal it with satin clear coat. You can seal it with gator hide. You can seal it with wax. Or if you don't feel like it, you don't have to seal it at all. It's completely up to you. Whatever you want to do. All right. So definitely a huge difference. Okay. I'm just going to very lightly push that in. And very carefully remove any of this excess back here. Okay, ta-da! And then of course there's one big streak right in the middle because I pushed it in there. And then we're just going to very lightly go over that like that. And then the areas that I have missed or that need a little extra love, we can do that as well. All in all, I think that is a huge difference and looks way stinking better than the orange that we were dealing with before. So that's that. now I'm going to put this here. I'm going to reuse this, so I'm going to take out this cardboard. And again, if you guys were just wanting to know, this is the product that we were using from Dixie Belle. It's like Walmart furniture. So some of it's like it's all MDF. It's MDF with that crappy plastic coating over it. So this is wood, but it's like, hear it, like cheap Luan. Oh yeah, let's show you how to stain the bottom. I forgot how to show you guys that. All right, so you can stain over paint. All right, without getting any more, we're gonna do this corner right here. And I feel like I can't get you any closer than that. I'm sorry. So you can stain right over the paint. In case you guys didn't know that, and you don't feel like dealing with the whole sanding and dealing with all that. Paint is porous. Actually, I am going to do that. That much. Okay? Paint is porous. It's going to absorb this stain and make it look beautiful. You guys know that this was orange. Actually, this was painted. This part was painted white. Like that shabby chic white. So all I did was I put a coat. I didn't even prime it. I just put coffee bean over it. And if I don't feel like, which I don't feel like doing now because I've decided to do this and this is way easier. This is what we're doing. We're staining it. Okay. So, ever changing. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Not a lot. And just like that, magic before your eyes. It's beautiful. Okay, my little foam and dandy is super amazing. It's like my best kept secret, although I'm sharing it with you, so it's not really a secret. It's like Mighty Mouse. All right, I love that. I think that looks amazing. I really love that. Okay, that's what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the other side of this because I don't want to paint it if I don't have to. All right, look. And when you paint, that's just one coat of paint, but it does that, okay? So anytime, if you don't seal your paint, it's going to look like that. But we're going to go over it with no paint gel stain. Make it look amazing. Ta-da! Fret no more. If you don't want to paint, you can stain right over it. It's not like an infomercial. But wait. All right, there we go. You see how quick this is moving? Patty, I swear to God, this is a game changer. La la la. All right, there we go. Okay, we're just going to come across the bottom. This paint has been curing for 2 weeks. I would not recommend doing this over anything that's fresh. It has to be because, you know, it's water. This is oil. Water and oil don't like each other. Okay? With a good amount. And just like that, it's magic. And then just nice, long, even strokes to make sure that there's no streaks. I always like to start in the middle, not at the top. So that way you can evenly disperse your product. And then nice, long strokes. Nice, long strokes. And again, on our bottom to make sure. See how pretty that is? That's so pretty. So espresso and coffee bean are definitely best friends. Make sure I'm not missing you guys. Okay. All right, and then nice, long, even strokes. Get this top area. And this bottom. All right, ta-da! Look how great that is. Isn't that awesome? I love how gel sand looks over paint. I do too. I'm a fan, okay? Because this is why. Let's show you the back. Okay, this is one coat of paint over whatever paint was on here. And it looks terrible, right? Because it's always going to look terrible. It's one coat of paint. Let's not, like, make it something it's not. It's one coat of paint. It's not ever going to be amazing because literally one coat of paint. But I love that, like, rich finish. I'm a sucker for it. Again, Foam and Dandy gets right in those little areas. Man, I tell you, I already got it on my leg. And I got it on Jordan's shirt. Oh my God, he's going to kill me. All right. So that's ruined. Okay. No paint gel stain does not come off of clothes, just to let you know. Patty, do you know how to get no paint gel stain off of Jordan's shirt? He's going to murder me. Probably not, right? It's there forever. I should know better and not do these things. And clothes that I care about. Or wear one of those silly aprons, which I refuse to. Scrubby soap. Shut up. Are you serious? It'll take it out of my clothes. I know it takes it out of everything else, but it'll take it out of my clothes. I'm like, lacquer thinner. What'll work? Anything. What can I get this out of? Yeah, I leaned on the rag. And it's on my shirt, which I'm now going to tuck in. Okay. Dude, if it gets it out, I owe you $1 million. Jordan's going to kick my butt. He's like, stop wearing my clothes. I'm like, your clothes are so comfy. Are you even a boy mom if you don't steal your son's clothes? Okay, now we're just going to come up. All right. Just getting in these little cracks. Now I'm going to get in this side. Hopefully you guys can see that ish. Okay, and I'm going to do this part. And then just smush our little sponge right up to the top. You could use the bigger one for this. It would make things way probably easier. They have a bigger one, but I wasn't anticipating. This was like a last second thing that I decided to stain over the paint. So this is what I have on hand. But yes, the bigger one would work way better. They have a 4-inch one too. But I'm already committed. We're doing it. This is the back of the piece of furniture, and since it was already painted, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I usually don't do the backs of my furniture because there's no point. It goes against a wall. I know a lot of people like to do that. I'm not one of those people. But since it was already a different color, I can't leave it the color that it was because it'll look really unprofessional. I'll clean up the back of a piece of furniture or like stain it if it's old, but I typically don't just paint the back of a piece of furniture. Unless it's like a buffet or like a small table that you're going to see the back of it, but like a dresser, I would never do that. But I will refresh the wood with like Big Mama's butter or Howdy Doody hemp oil. Again, make sure you're doing this somewhere where you're ventilated because this is a lot of stain. I do really like this look. It's so pretty. All right. Almost there, guys. Make sure you guys can still see me. Whee. All right. This is very therapeutic. Oddly satisfying. All right. There's that. I'm going to leave the other side, like I said, for content. I'll come back and clean anything up that I may have missed because, again, going live, I don't get to spend the actual time that I would going over this like a maniac. Making sure I didn't miss anything. Some dude talking in my front yard. Hopefully they don't cut my freaking internet again for the 900th time. They love to do that. That's their favorite. All right. So now, again, this is where we started. And that's what it looks like. I'll show pictures of what it looks like finished. Okay. This is one coat. All right. Let's put this back in here so I can reuse this again in a few minutes after my live is over. I can film that for content. Put the lid back on you. All right, let's do more messy stuff. Messy stuff. All right, we are going to paint the inside of this purple. Sound exciting? Yay! All right, let me get a thing to sit on. And I brought my small oval brush. Okay, note to self, do not lean on this thing. Okay. Oh, I should have done that edge too. I forgot. It's fine. Okay. We're going to paint the bottom purple now. Okay. It's going to be amethyst and it's going to be bright and vibrant and I love it. I'm not painting this. I'm not painting that. I will paint around it after, but not before. That's where we're going to be decoupaging. And I'm going to do the inside of the doors as well. Let's put you there so I don't get you everywhere. Okay. Brightest purple ever. Definitely my favorite. Okay. We're just going in. I'm sorry, that's loud, guys. I wasn't anticipating on landscaping day outside. That on that edge. I'm trying to paint with my right hand so you guys can see better. Isn't that beautiful? I love that color. It's so bright, so vibrant. Definitely a fun pop surprise element on the inside of this piece of furniture. Just pulling my paint away from my edge. Hair, one of those little paint brushes, hairs, it's okay. Okay, see how easy this is? Super quick, super fun. Little makeover project if you have something that you're just like, you know what, I want something more fun. Go for it. Put some paint on it, make it beautiful, do all the things. Okay, isn't that pretty? I love that. I think it's so, so pretty. All right, now I'm going to paint just to this edge. So very carefully, I'm going to pull my paint backwards. And just kind of edge it right here in the corners. Just kind of scoot. Since your brush, the Dixie Belle brushes are really good this way, you can just kind of flatten them out. Okay. Move this guy this way just a smidge. And I'm using very little paint on this part. Amethyst is beautiful. I love it. It's such a beautiful purple. So vibrant. So my friend has no idea what I'm doing. I did show his wife because she was like, I want to make sure it matches. I was like, I got you, girl. The outside's going to match you and the inside's going to match him. Which I think with couples, it's very hard to make sure that you get both of their vibes, right? And I think with this piece, I definitely was able to do that. Okay, so that's the inside. I think that's gorgeous. Now I'm going to paint the door. Let me grab the door and then sit back up. I don't know if I want to stain the door or if I should paint it. I think I might stain the door, honestly. I think we're going to stain the door. So that's the purple that we're going to be doing today. We're going to let that dry. Like I said, sometimes I just don't know what I want to do. The paper is going to go on the inside, so I'm going to lay that down first, and then I'm going to paint around the paper to kind of pull it in. And that's where I'm at with that. So again, the reason for the color scheme is because this is the paper that we'll be using. It's going to sit inside here, and it's going to look really beautiful. So I'll smoke the edges in like purple and coffee bean and caviar and just kind of pull it in. But this is the paper that we'll be using. It's really, really beautiful. It's really fun. And we use the bleached cypress on the top and on the outside of the doors. And then we used that beautiful, well, that's where we started. I painted right over the paint that was already on here in coffee bean and then let that sit for well over a week. It's been about 2 weeks, not by choice, just because I hadn't been able to get back out here to do it. And then we stained over it in that gorgeous. It won't stay this glossy. It will look a lot glossier, but I'm going to top coat this probably with gator hide. I'll use satin clear coat first, at least on the top and on the sides. This I probably won't do anything to because there's just going to be cups that are sitting in here, so that'll be fine. But like I said, I'll do this side and that side for content, and the rest of this will be getting done rather quickly. The hardware that's going to be going on this piece, I'll show you real quick. So there's knobs on that piece of furniture. I'm going to replace these because I think they're hideous. I don't like them. But these are the feet that are going to go on it. So I'm going to be popping it up some to modernize that. And then this is fitting for him. So they're just little skulls and crossbones that are knobs. And then I'll get like little bronze knobs or something that match to go above it. So that's what's going on that. And it'll look super cool. Stay post or I'll keep you guys posted on what that comes along to look like. So, but anyways, today's a little quick live. I thought it would take longer to do this, but it did not. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to pop off of here so I can start filming some stuff and go wash my shirt in scrubby soap. I'll keep you posted on that too. So thank you, Patty, for that tip. All right, you guys, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Enjoy the sunshine. I am going to go do all of the things to this cabinet as much as I can so I can get it done because I have three more pieces. I'll show you over here. So I have that rocking chair and that little tiny chest that'll be painted white. We'll be doing that together. And then I have that big piece of furniture in the background. So stay tuned. We have all of the things coming up. Have a great day. Thank you, Dixie Belle, for having me. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.